What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. What an offseason it has been for the Atlanta Falcons. We just got Dante Fowler Jr., Hayden Hurst, Todd freaking Gurley. It has been one great offseason so far, but there is one new problem on this team. And that would be at secondary. Secondary is officially a big glaring hole on this team. It used to be just pass rush, but now it's pass rush and secondary. The question is, should the Falcons still go pass rush in the first round of the draft, or should they go secondary, specifically at corner? Let's talk about that. When I checked to see your guys' mailbag questions, not all of you, but most of you asked the same thing. And understandably so. Everyone is wondering if we should grab a pass rusher or a corner, at least in the first round. So let's just answer this question right away, and then after that I will answer the mailbag questions that do not relate to this topic. But before we do any of that, let's give a shout out to all that sent me mailbag questions. Alexander Y. Lee, Terry Turner, Football Films, Speed Falcons for Life, Ruben Falcon, Nicholas Coton, Rich Mohan, Mark Jones, Archangel, Nav98, Jesse Gonzalez, Wild Done 1, KG Tim, TMGF, Falcons Fan, Floyd Donnelly, Quentin Hesse, Game Only, Xavier Carter, Jackson Bates, Ghost Peppers, Hayden Hughes, Rise Up ATL, View Lee, Jaden107, Fan of Atlanta 365, and at JackB1872 on Twitter. I didn't just want to give you guys a shout out for the mailbag questions you sent me because there were a lot, and again, I thank you for all of that. But I also wanted to give you a sincere, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone that supports the channel. Whether you're a Falcons fan or you're not a Falcons fan, but you still support the channel anyway, I wanted to give you a sincere from the bottom of my heart, I should say, thank you for everything. I mean, the Rise Up Rundown YouTube channel has grown so much faster than I ever would have expected it right now. I mean, I came from like 1.89k subs to like 1.92k subs in a day or two, and it's never been that fast. And the views are growing, the likes are much higher than they were. I mean, everything is growing faster than I ever would have expected it, and I really don't know how to thank you. I mean, I'm blown away by the amount of support that this channel gets, and I just wanted to give out a sincere thank you to everyone that watches the videos, and I only hope to give out bigger and better things from here on out. But let's get to the topic at hand. Should the Atlanta Falcons draft a pass rusher or a corner in the first round? If you go to most NFL fans' mock draft, they think Falcons should draft a corner, but for Falcons fans, I think they want them to go pass rush. What do I think the Falcons are going to do? Not what I would do, but what I predict the Falcons themselves will do. Let's be honest, they're probably going to draft a corner, because think about it. When Vic Beasley got released, they went straight for pass rusher in free agency, signing Dante Fowler Jr. When Devontae Freeman was released, they went straight for running back, signing Todd Gurley. When Austin Hooper got released, they went straight for tight end, signing Hayden Hurst. When Desmond Trufant was released, we did not hear anything else happen with the secondary. All we know is Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield are still there at corner, and Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal at safety. So it sounds to me like Falcons are looking at a corner to draft in the first round. And whether or not they trade up to get him, I think it's sounding a lot like they want a new corner. But, by the way, I think our safeties will stay the same. But what would I do if I was Thomas Dimitroff? Now, I will be honest, it's a little too early to tell because free agency still isn't over. We could grab Jalen Ramsey, for crying out loud, any moment now, or Xavier Rhodes, which is not the best idea, to be honest with you. Literally anything can happen. But if I could go for one thing, I personally would still want to go for pass rush. As you all know, pass rush is something the Falcons have been struggling with for a long time. It's about time we fix it here. And as I've preached in like 12 million videos, an elite pass rush can change the game, and I will not go into depth on why that is. I've explained that enough. And not to mention that an elite pass rush can help the rest of your defense play well. A pass rush can help the opposing quarterback struggle to throw the ball, and then the secondary can take advantage and pick it off or something. Now, I realize this isn't always the case. I mean, the Eagles last year had a great pass rush, but secondary is what's been causing them to lose most games. So don't get me wrong, grabbing a great secondary is important, and I would not really complain if we did go corner in the first round, simply because I'm very optimistic that Dante Fowler Jr. could help improve the pass rush. But we also got to realize Takk McKinley will not do that. So I would grab Javon Kinlaw or AJ Epinesa to replace Takk McKinley. We don't necessarily need to release Takk, but just grab someone that would be better at that position than him. Yes, I know Javon Kinlaw is a defensive tackle and not a defensive end, but hell, I mean, he could play that position better than Takk could, so why not put him there? And we can probably find a good corner in the second round or below. And I'll probably start making film breakdowns on some corners we could grab soon, but that's just personally what I'd do. I think we still go pass rush in the first round and then grab a corner in the second or so on. But those are my thoughts on that. Let's get to the mailbag questions that do not relate to the topic of if we should draft a pass rusher or a corner in the first round. And there were a couple, actually not a couple, a few questions that do relate to the running back situation. And basically they say, do we need to draft a running back? Do we need to let go of Ito Smith? Is our running game going to get better? It's really just all about the running backs. And here are my thoughts about everything we have when it comes to the running back position. Let's start with Todd Gurley. And I know everyone wants to hear my thoughts on Todd Gurley, even though I kind of said it in like the previous video, but that was before I thought Todd Gurley, or no, not that I thought, like before Todd Gurley was official to the Falcons. But anyway, my thoughts on Todd Gurley, everyone's going to downgrade him because he had an injury and it's bothering him. He's not the same. And on technical terms, that is true. Like, he's not the same, but he can still play. I mean, last year he put up 800 yards, 12 touchdowns. He was still pretty good, even though an injury was bothering him. And now that he's with the Falcons and he's back in his hometown, he might be motivated to play even better. Oh, and he's playing with a couple of former teammates, like Dante Fowler. I mean, he's got to be motivated to play better. Now, the thing with Todd Gurley, the injury is not really what concerns me if he is to do bad. It's a man called Dirk Koetter. Can Dirk Koetter improve the running game? Dirk Koetter could not do well with Devontae Freeman, Ito Smith, Quadri Allison. Please do not tell me Dirk Koetter is going to screw it up with Todd Gurley. Please do not tell me that. If Todd Gurley messes up, I don't think it's because of his injury. I think it's because of the man, I don't even want to say the myth, the legend. I was about to say that for whatever reason. Dirk Koetter. Dirk Koetter is getting on my nerves. But we gotta hope Todd Gurley can do well. And I think he will. Will he be the same as he was in like 2017 or whatever? Probably not. But I think he'll be like he was last year. How he was still pretty good. As for Ito Smith, is it time to drop Ito Smith? Honestly, yeah. I actually do think it's time. First off, running backs don't last long anyway. And second, Ito Smith, he's not going to be the player we want him to be. And he's kind of low-key injury prone. So I would kind of release Ito. Maybe not right now, but just next year I probably would. I would keep Quadri Allison, just let him develop a little more. But I just hope Todd Gurley works, to be honest with you. But those are my thoughts on the running back situation. Do we need to draft a running back, by the way? No. Hell no. No. we have many more, many more positions to focus on than running back. I mean, we got to get a pass rush. We got to get a couple secondary players. We even got to improve the O-line. The running back situation, we just don't really need to get that in the draft. And if you do get one in the draft, we don't really need to grab like a top 3 player like DeAndre Swift or J.K. Dobbins, even though that would be amazing. I just wouldn't do that. Now, if they're still available in like the 7th round, oh yeah, absolutely grab them. If a running back is still available in the 5th round or below, sure, that's when I would grab one. But in the 1st through 4th round, no, I would focus on something else. But let's go to the next question. It is football films. How does free agency impact the draft? Well, it impacts it a lot because we literally have a discussion of if the Falcons should go for corner or pass rush in the 1st round. I mean, we all thought like for sure. I mean, I've been telling you guys in the videos. Do you not remember me saying the Falcons are not going to do anything with the secondary? They're going to keep it how it is? That did not age well. Now here we are, free agency. We released Desmond Trufant, so now we might need a corner. We have Dante Fowler. Maybe the Falcons won't go for a pass rush. So absolutely, it does impact the draft by a lot. And can you give your Falcons 2019 through 2020 MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and maybe Comeback Player of the Year? Sure. MVP will be, I don't know, Matt Ryan, because he won MVP before. I don't know. MVP is a little too early to tell for right now. Offensive Player of the Year, I think we'll go to, man, that's harder than I thought, actually. Offensive Player of the Year will go to, I don't know, Julio Jones. Guys, bear with me. This is early in the season, but Julio Jones, I guess. Defensive Player of the Year, are you kidding me? Dante Fowler Jr. I think Dante Fowler is going to impact the team by a lot. And Comeback Player of the Year, I said this last year and it didn't really age well, but I'm going to go with Keanu Neal again. Maybe he can bounce back from injury because he is a good player. Like, I think Keanu Neal is fine, but he just needs to work on his coverage skills, to be honest with you. But he could win Comeback Player of the Year, but he's got to stay healthy. And then the next question is, what position is Dante Fowler playing? Right end, right outside linebacker, or left end, or left outside linebacker? I think he's playing right end. I think he's playing right end. I'm not really sure. That kind of depends on Dan Quinn. We kind of just got him. Then the next question, how do you think Brady will do in the South, and do you think he makes the Bucs a playoff contender? The funny thing is, actually, for this Friday's episode, I don't know if this is official, but me and my brother, who actually happens to be a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, not my twin brother, it's another brother, he's a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, we're thinking about having a little debate on Friday, who is better, the Falcons or the Bucs. And that'll be really interesting. I don't know if it's official yet, but we might do that just, for a fun debate. So if that does happen, stay tuned for that. But anyway, will Brady impact the South? Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like, Jameis Winston kind of impacted the South, but like his interceptions just kind of made him look bad because he is not that good. But with Tom Brady, you can say what you want, like, oh, he was with Bill Belichick. He's not good because of that. It was really only Bill Belichick that made him look good. Or, oh, yeah, they don't have the New England staff. Now he's with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers staff. Oh, he's too old. Oh, there's a lot of excuses. And not that I want Tom Brady to do well with the Bucs, but I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to Tom Brady, I'm not really going to doubt him just yet. So I do think Tom Brady is going to impact the Bucs. And are they a playoff contender? I mean, now that there's a 7th playoff team, I guess so. Because that's the stupidest thing. I don't know why they added a 7th seed to the playoffs. So I guess so. I guess they're a playoff team, but do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? Oh, no. No, not at all. But I do think the Bucs could be a playoff team. Could be, unfortunately. And it'll be interesting to watch. The only thing I am scared of with Tom Brady is that he's never, ever lost to the Falcons. That's a scary thought if you're a Falcons fan. But, yeah, this is going to be scary. It'll be interesting nonetheless. I do think Brady will make the South harder for the Falcons and the Saints to win. Maybe not by as much as like the media is making it out to be, but it will be harder. And will the Bucs be a playoff team? If they are a playoff team, 7th seed only, not 6th seed or higher. Then the next one is, if Matt has another down year or he underperforms, do you think we should draft Justin Fields next year? He's a dual threat quarterback, and I can see us taking him if Matt doesn't lead us back to the playoffs. I mean, we do not have that kind of offense. Let's just be honest with you. We don't really have a running quarterback situation. So I actually would not grab Justin Fields if we make the playoffs. Now, if we were rebuilding, then maybe, yes, I would. I maybe would grab Justin Fields. But, yeah, it just depends on the situation. The next question is, Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley are wide receiver 1 and 2. Russell Gage most likely wide receiver 3. We also have Olamide Zaccheaus and just signed Laquan Treadwell. What positions do you put them in front, 2nd to 5th? Julio being wide receiver number 1 on our depth list. Best to worst. Best is Julio Jones, number 1. Calvin Ridley, number 2. Russell Gage, number 3. Laquan Treadwell, number 4. And Olamide Zaccheaus, number 5. I'm trying to see if I missed anyone. I don't think I did. Actually, I would maybe put Laquan Treadwell at number 3 and put Russell Gage at number 4. I don't know. But they're both kind of the same player, to be honest with you. And then the next question, what team do you think Freeman will go to? What would be the perfect fit for him? I mean, the Bucs need a running back. Maybe he could go to the Bucs. I'm not really sure what would be a perfect fit for him. Maybe he goes to the Redskins. Maybe I don't know, the Chargers. They let go of Melvin Gordon, and yeah, they got Austin Eckler. Yeah, I would say the Chargers maybe. I think the Chargers would be a pretty good fit for Devontae Freeman. I think they would maybe know how to run with him. Then, 2 questions are kind of asking the same thing, and it's basically how the Falcons are going to do next year and if they win the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to be honest, I don't know if I can say a Super Bowl yet, and I'm still kind of a wait-and-see approach with Dan Quinn. Yes, Thomas Dimitroff is making his moves, but I got to see Dan Quinn make his move. So as of right now, it is higher than it was. I'll say that. I would say maybe 8-8. 8-8 maybe. I think 8-8. For right now, I hate to say it, sounds about right for the Falcons. I'm not going to say we have a winning record until I see Dan Quinn do it. I'm sorry. That's just my approach with Dan Quinn. Then the next question. Ever since Thomas Dimitroff has been the Falcons GM, he has never traded down in the first round of the NFL Draft. However, Dimitroff has traded up in the first round on 5 different occasions. 2008, trade up for Sam Baker. 2011, Julio Jones. 2013, Desmond Trufant. 2017, Takk McKinley. 2019, Caleb McGarry. Does this necessarily mean Thomas Dimitroff will not trade down in this upcoming draft? No, but it does indicate that he seems more likely to trade up rather than trade down in the first round. I kind of can't speak today. Additionally, Thomas Dimitroff has only traded down from the second round once in 2017. He traded down for almost the last pick in the first round at 63 to receive pick 75, Duke Riley, pick 149, DeMonte KZ, and 156, Brian Hill. Based upon Dimitroff's track record and our recent free agent pickups, what would be the more wiser decision in the upcoming NFL Draft? Stay put, trade up, or trade back? Well, I think the trade up option for Chase Young is officially out of the picture. Because we just got Dante Fowler. It would be insane if we had Chase Young and Dante Fowler and Grady Jarrett on that line. But let's just be honest, they're not going to do that. Will they trade down? I don't really think they're going to trade down. So I think the best option is just to stay put. I don't think there will be any corners to be taken that the Falcons would want in front of us. I think we're the only team so far that's like in desperate need of corner, unless I'm missing a team. But yeah, I think the best decision is to stay put and just grab a pass rusher. Now, maybe we could trade up later in the first round to grab a corner. Like, we could grab a pass rusher and a corner in the first round. What would we lose? I don't know, but maybe it's a good decision to do so. Then the next question, will we sign any XFL players? I mean, probably not. And I'm also going to be honest, I haven't watched the XFL, so I don't really know many players. But I wouldn't really imagine we do so anyway. I think we kind of have a loaded roster, to be honest with you. Unless maybe we grab a corner from the XFL. That'd be kind of interesting. Then the next one, it has 3 questions. Number 1, since Todd Gurley is now in the ATL, do you think he could maybe run for 10-plus touchdowns and maybe 1,000 yards? I think the 10-plus touchdowns is kind of guaranteed. 1,000 yards, I don't know. It all depends on Dirk Cutter. The second question, should the Falcons, instead of pass rush, since we have Dante Fowler, draft C.J. Henderson? Okay, so like what we've been talking about, I still would go for pass rush. And then the third one is, right now with all these changes, has your Falcons record prediction changed? Rise up. It kind of changed, but not by a lot. Like, I came from like 6-10 to 7-9 to like 8-8 for the Falcons right now. I'm sorry, guys. I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm a wait-and-see approach with Dan Quinn. I am. I need to see it to believe it, and hopefully it happens. The next one is, which quarterback free agent left is best for the Falcons? Which college quarterback is best fit for the Falcons? None of them. I don't really think the Falcons should go for quarterback. I think that'd be kind of a waste of money. Now, sure, Matt Schaub is total trash, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think we should go for a quarterback at all, but yeah, I don't really know. And the last one is, who do you think should be the Falcons' 16th pick overall? I think I'm going to stick with Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw is an absolute stud, strong arms. He can almost play any position because he's just that good. I mean, I would just pick up Dante Fowler. Gosh, I'm not really speaking well today, but Javon Kinlaw. I would get Javon Kinlaw 16 overall. But those are my thoughts on that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys this Friday. Maybe with a debate with my Tampa Bay Bucks brother on who will win the NFC South. I don't know. It's just an idea. We don't know if it's official or not, but we'll see what happens. Either way, I will see you guys this Friday with a video at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. As always, rise up.